I'm Grant Savier, an engineering graduate of CASE, bachelor's degree in 1966, a master's degree in 1968. That was before computer science degrees were on the agenda, and I got a general engineering degree. 35 years in the computer industry, running a big part of a big company and running a smaller company as CEO of a public company. I retired, dabbled in venture investing, being on boards, contributing to nonprofits, and I'd say I'm now retired. Amateur radio or ham radio, called by both names of course, you can do a lot of different things. There are competitive things you can do, there are interesting things around the world you can do, a lot of people to talk to and meet and do technical work. So for me it's very much a hands-on hobby. I like to design things, use computer modeling, make stuff. I'm kind of happiest when I'm building something, that's what I love to do. My family didn't have much of a college education background, and going to college was pretty important on their agenda for me. And electrical engineering would be kind of my choice. So we did the summer road trip of the East Coast technical schools, MIT, Lehigh, Cornell, Yale, and CASE. I liked CASE a lot. It was a good fit size-wise. They seemed to be quite interested in me, so I applied for early admission and they accepted me. Well, I discovered the Burroughs 220 machine, which was accessible by students, very unusual. CASE was very unique at the time. I started to learn programming on my own before the first programming course. That was very engrossing. Of course, programming is very creative and very rewarding when you do it right and make great programs. I then hung out enough, you could stick around after midnight to get some time on the computer, and became enough of an annoyance that they finally offered me a job part-time as an undergraduate. Well, the computing at CASE was what they called open shop. In other words, if the machine wasn't scheduled for some researcher to use kind of exclusively, students could come up and use it at any time. After usually 10 o'clock or midnight, much was not scheduled. So if the machine was still turned on, you could load your program and see what would happen. And you actually put your cards in the computer card reader and ripped your paper off the printer and saw what happened. Maybe every other university, you put your cards in through a slot, you came back a couple days later, and you found out what your mistakes were. So that fast turnaround helped you debug programs quite quickly. My life was the computing center. It was, not quite 24 hours a day. In fact, I got on the probation list one semester because my grades slipped so badly. Well, after my master's degree, I decided only to interview with IBM and DEC. I was lucky in that DEC came onto the CASE campus, a company founded by a group of MIT people, so I thought that was pretty good testimonial about the quality of the CASE education. Got job offers from both, decided that DEC in this old mill in this tiny mill town of Maynard, Massachusetts, was overshadowed completely by the talent of the people, and the culture they had was as close to anything in the university as I think could exist in a business, and that was very seductive. I went to work for them. My next stop was a small company in California, a public company. I joined as president and became CEO and grew that company to about $1 billion. My wife Dorrit said, well, that's enough CEO work in your life of 60-hour weeks. Time for you to retire from that kind of job. I was very surprised to learn I was going to be awarded the gold medal. I thought so many other people had contributed so much more to CASE's success than I had, and I'm in awe of those folks that it's kind of humbling. But it's really nice to be recognized.